Well, hello and welcome to the Foundation Series.
So excited.
You know, this is a lot better than our first round at doing this.
Yes, sir, it is.
in the old shop with the black fabric behind us.
Fighting natural light.
So we have come a long way. That's awesome. So we want to thank you for taking time to invest into your marriage relationship.
That's right.
And whether you are like Celina and I, and it feels like you've been married for most of your life,
Which we have.
We have been, or whether you're newly married,
or still thinking about it and engaged.
Very good.
Or just wanting to learn more about marriage.
Because one day you'd like to be married.
That's right.
These foundations are for you, right? And they are just Bible-based thoughts. And so just to kind of give the framework out of what we're going to do in our time together in these sessions, there'll be 4 videos that you'll be watching. Each one will go about 30 minutes long. And we're going to break them up. You know, over the years, Celina, we've learned that really success in any area of life, you need 3 sets of things.
Yes.
You need a mindset, you need a skill set, and you need a tool set.
That's right.
Right? So with those 3 sets, you really can find success in any area of life. So with our teaching here in our time, we're going to break each session down into those 3 categories: mindset, skill set, and tool set.
Some of these amazing things that we want to share with you, we stumbled upon. So please don't think that it's just like, wow, all this revelation, you just had it. We didn't.
No, we found it.
asked God, we asked
Very
people. His word is so clear and it helped us so much. And then we would read and we would hear and we would try to implement, and then back to the drawing board. So know that when you hear things, that's the same for you. You're picking up tools, you're picking up skills, and you're trying to implement, and then you're going to try again, and then you're going to try again, because it's not about perfection.
Very good. That's right.
It's about just take the next step forward. And you're always, that was your first try. That's all that was. Now it's your second try, and it's going to be a little better. So I love that, because over the years, we've been able to condense it down to this, but it's so that you can just take it and run with it.
Yes. And so, I mean, again, I was thinking about saying that. I was thinking about what our dear friend Kevin says. It's not about perfection. It's about an anointed process.
Oh, I love that.
And there is a process, and it's just something we always work through. So with that, we're not endeavoring in these videos to do a deep dive. We're not going to go and flip over every small, minute detail. We just really do want to, in these areas, mindset, skill set, tool set, we want to give you guys some beginning seed thoughts.
Yes, that will be foundational.
Yes, that you will then take with you, whether you're single and it's just you and the Holy Spirit, or whether, again, you're with your fiance or with your spouse, you'll take these things, and the more you... the more
marinate.
You marinate, the more you, I was thinking Latin stuff. You would think so much Spanish these days.
Oh, yes.
You know, espremer el jugo. The more you press the lemon or the orange, and you're just going to get every little drop out of it. That's what's going to serve you better.
Yes.
So, without further ado, here in this first time together, we want to talk about why do we get married?
And Brad, what's the look we get every time we ask someone, why do you want to get married?
Well, they go,
well, wait, what?
And they kind of, we do this very meanly to young couples who come to us for premarital.
She does. I'm not the mean
She's a very
one.
nice
I'm
person.
Very nice person.
Rodney, I'm not so nice, right? It's so, but I'll look and I'll say, so now tell me, guys, here you are. You're Mr. Right and you're Miss Amazing, and you're here together, and everything is sunshine and buttercups and flowers.
He says it that way, but it really is.
And so why are you getting married?
Right.
And we have a range of conversations.
Yeah.
And it goes, well, you know, some people say, well, it just seems like it's the next thing we need to do. They'll go, well, I want some companionship and some friendship and some loyalty. We're in love. You know, we want a life partner. You know, we want to, and they're saying it, and they're hoping that they're saying the right answer.
That they're giving the right answer. But it was always a trick question.
Yeah, always a trick question.
If you're with this guy, it's always a trick question.
So, but we look at them and they say that, so we know if that's what you're after, if you're after loyalty and companionship and friendship,
brace yourself.
You'd be better served getting a dog, because you'll get all of those things by sheer nature from the dog. They'll meet you every day at the door, wagging
Never
their tail,
upset.
never upset, just happy to lick you. And you
right.
can leave and come back 5 minutes later, and it's like you were
Oh,
gone.
my goodness.
All
Celebration.
over. But guys, listen, not that the things we listed are wrong, and you might have been listening and going, well, Brad, what's wrong with loyalty and companionship and friendship? And there's nothing wrong with those things.
Right.
They will happen as a byproduct of God's design.
Yes.
But the why do we get married? And here we're going to start with the first one in this episode. The mindset that we need to adopt is this. It comes right out of Ephesians chapter 5, and it's around the 33rd verse, somewhere in there if you're looking. And Paul's writing about marriage, and he says, well, I'm talking about a mystery, talking about husband and wives. But really, he says, I'm talking about Christ and his church.
Right.
So why did we get married? Now, we did not know this.
No.
When we first got married, we were like everybody else. We were looking for loyalty and companionship and friendship.
And I have to say, even when we heard that for the first time, we were like, oh. Okay. And then we moved on, and it did not register. It just
true.
didn't register until way down the road as we marinated in it. Then all of a sudden, the Lord would whisper to us and breathe on that one revelation. And then little by little, we started going, wait, if that's the original picture, that clarifies this for me.
Yes.
That clarifies that for me. And all of a sudden now we run everything through that filter.
Very good. And so Celina said, so the first mindset we have to put in place is just what you said. We call it a living photograph, that God in his love and his mercy for us to understand abstract spiritual and soul concepts like oneness in marriage.
That's right.
He said there will be living photographs, that in his created design, he made living pictures so that the more we understand the photograph, the better we understand the abstract concept. So with that, why do we get married? Whether I realized it or not, whether I knew or not, I was voluntarily saying, I want to be a living photograph of Christ with his church.
I sign up for that.
Right? So why did you get married? Because you wanted, as the husband, to represent what does it look like to have a loving, sacrificial, others-centered leader, a serving leader.
Yeah.
And what does it look like to be a loving, sacrificial, serving follower? Helpmeet.
Yeah.
Right? Coming together.
Yes.
To create oneness. Because remember, Jesus came, and again, one of my shocking statements I always say, Jesus did not come so that we could go to heaven.
What?
That wasn't the purpose of the exercise. The purpose of salvation was to bring us into union with God.
Oneness.
To make us one
That's right.
with him.
The more we understand that, the more we understand marriage. The more we live that out in our marriage, the more we understand our oneness with God.
Very good. That's right. Because that's what the living photograph does. The more we understand, well, wow, okay, the more I understand how to actually be married, the better I am at following Jesus. And the better I am at receiving from Jesus.
That's right.
The more I understand my relationship with Jesus and the church, the more I understand how to be a better husband.
That's right.
It's this back and forth and it's really that as you get good at one, you will by design become good at the other.
And it creates the most beautiful vicious cycle.
Yes, it does.
Because one just feeds right into the other and right into the other.
Right. So with that, what's the mindset that we want to ask you guys to marinate on? Is that marriage is about living out the imagery of Christ and the church. It begins by living it out with each other.
Yes.
I'm living it out here with Celina first.
Yes.
Then I live it out with my children.
Yes.
And those that are under the roof of my house, so to speak.
Yes.
Then we live it out with our growing community. Work community, church community, gym community, whoever they may be.
Right.
They begin to see this union.
Yeah.
and they understand, oh, wow, that's, whether they know how to say it or not, they understand Christ and the church. Guys, listen.
It clicks.
It does. And guys, that's why divorce is so bad. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to, if you have experienced divorce, we pray for you. We are so sorry you've had to go through that.
And we're not saying you're bad.
And we're not, very good.
Divorce is bad. It's not you. It's the act of the divorce thing.
And the
this is why.
Well, and the reason why that divorce then touches all of our hearts so deeply is because whether we knew it or not, it's actually touching that photograph of Jesus and the church.
And we all realize deep down inside, that ought not to be.
Yeah.
Right? So I would love to give an example.
Yeah, please do.
So for years, Brad and I at this time have been married 28 years. And so when we first were married, we got to work together. Our lunch break was at the same time. Of course, then we would go home together and then do the thing all over again the next morning. We were together 24/7. And I thought, this is bliss. Like, this is unity. This is what it's all about, all the things. Then we moved to the mission field, and again, we were together 24/7.
Yeah.
And so for the first 7-8 years of our marriage, we were like, our desks were touching, okay? And we worked across from each other. So not only were we together, we were like in each other's faces all the time. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is what unity really looks like. And then we moved to the next season of our life and next country and next missions endeavor. All of a sudden, now I'm a mama, and I'm home, and he's the one out ministering and out doing life, and I'm doing life at home. And I kind of had an identity crisis in our marriage because I thought, we're not united anymore.
We're not together.
We're not doing things together anymore. And then, little by little, I started realizing, wait, I'm home. We are united in our purpose. We talk about things that need to happen to move our purpose forward. In our family, in our ministry, in our personal lives, errands. I mean, the banking, get gas in the car, groceries, all the things. And so we would talk about it. We were on the same page. We were united. Then he would go off to slay dragons, and I would stay home, and I would execute on everything that we talked about. That's actually been the image for the last 20 years of our marriage. And it dawned on me not too long ago that that's actually more a picture of Christ in the church than the very first few years of our marriage where we were together all the time.
Yes.
Here's why. Because Jesus is, he and I, as his church, we're on the same page. I know his heartbeat. I know exactly what he wants to do. I've learned how to hear his voice.
That's right.
I've learned how to recognize, he would love this. He would love it if I would go and love on someone, this, that, and the other. But he's not physically here on earth, and he needs me to be the one to execute on everything we've discussed, everything we've talked about. And that's actually more oneness than if he was here all the time, if you would, in the flesh. And yet the word says that even, help me quote this properly, because I'm thinking in Spanish, but when... even as he is in this world, so am I.
Yeah. As he is, so am I in this world.
It's the same thing. Thank you. It's the same thing if I go to the bank and I can sign papers for our joint accounts. You don't have to physically be there, but I can just do all the things because you are otherwise detained. You're doing other things that are also important. And so I just wanted to give a real life example, and it might touch on the mindset that we have sometimes of what is actual unity.
Yeah, no, and we're going to dig more and more into that as we go through our sessions, because unity is not us being and doing the same. Right? Actually, we don't have a shot at real unity until there is great diversity. Right. What most people are after in our current culture is actually what would be better defined as conformity.
Yes.
How can I find someone that likes what I like, that wants to do the things I want to do, that thinks like me, that talks like me, that is from where I'm from? I mean, all this stuff. And we'll probably unpack more of that later.
In the next sessions.
In another session.
Yeah.
But the reality is no, wait a minute. I need someone who is distinctly different
Yes.
and unique from me so that I can have unity. Right? And that's, even when we think about that, even with God, right? That's that whole, there is a sameness. We were created in his image.
Yeah.
He made us in his likeness.
Yes.
But at the same time, God is distinct from us, but yet at the same time, we're one. Because unity is not conformity. Most people, really, to be honest, and I don't mean this to be mean to people, what they're after is they're just after loving themselves. Right? They're after, because I'm wanting
You just need to be more like me, and then we'll get along great.
That's exactly right. If you could just be, if you could just be more like me,
Yeah.
then we would have an amazing marriage because I'm awesome
Yes.
and I really love me.
Right.
Right?
That's how we started.
That's
Ask us how we know.
That's how we. So when we look, so that's the mindset, right? That it's Christ, and you're going to hear us through these conversations bring it back to this primary mindset of Christ and the church, because that
Yes.
is the foundational image. It's the foundational mindset. Right? So when we are living out life, I am constantly asking of myself the proverbial,
Yes.
okay, well, what would Jesus do?
Exactly.
How would Jesus respond? How would Jesus lead? How would Jesus do this? And not just from a neat church statement, but because as the husband, I am reflecting who he is.
One of the big
And,
things.
and hold
Go
on,
ahead, yeah.
hold on that big thing, but for you then the same thing. You're looking at
Yes.
how does and I want to hit on this, how does the help meet? How does the helper designed, and it's interesting, and not to be confused with that help meet piece, because in the Hebrew language it's better, it's really a word that's tied to the names of God.
Right.
So when it says, when Israel would say, God is my helper,
Right.
that's the same helpmeet word.
Right.
He is that ever-present help in time of trouble.
That's right.
Right? I will look to the hills from whence comes my
Help.
help, talking of God. That's the word for helpmeet. Right? So how does the one created to come alongside and execute? Because guys, think about it, in the gospel, now in the kingdom in which we live now, our husband has empowered us
Right.
to go execute his work in the earth.
That's right. We have full right,
Full authority.
open doors, full authority to do and carry out the mission, the
Yeah.
plans that he has, the purpose that he has. Yeah.
So let's go to the big
Exactly.
thought, and then for our time, we want to hit maybe some skill set, tool set.
I think maybe the big thought can come in the next video because I have forgotten
Oh,
what
okay.
that big thought was.
That's awesome.
You're getting real
We
and
do.
raw here.
And again,
which
even
is
though we know
awesome.
this is a little bit, we're trying to do this similar to our regular broadcast that we
Yeah.
do, that you guys can find on YouTube, but we love this spontaneity
Oh,
and
I
make
know
it
what
real.
the big
There we
thought
go.
was.
See,
Here's
Look
an
at there.
example. So when you understand Christ in the church, it will also clear up a lot of other things that
Yes.
sound really churchy and spiritual,
But they're not.
but they're actually not biblical. For example, I'm doing this thing, but it's God just needed me to get out of the way so that he could flow and he could do all the things. That sounds very humble. Like, okay, I'm just,
I'm in the way.
I'm in the way. I must decrease so that he must increase. We're taking those concepts out of
Design.
context and out of design, okay? Because can you imagine if I, as a wife, I was just trying to, do things, and all of a sudden, Brad says, well, I just need to get Celina out of the way.
And then I'll have a really good marriage.
And then I'll have a really great marriage. Or I just need to get her out of the way, and I'll just do everything. It doesn't compute.
Yeah.
And so when you realize, no, we are one, and the
One.
power is in that oneness.
Yeah.
Now,
That's right.
I'm also not saying I checked my brain at the wedding altar, at the marriage altar, and I no longer have a brain of my own. It's not that at all. The way the Lord wants to work with us and through us is he designed us. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. So there's wiring there's personality, there's context of culture and background and all those
Yeah.
things that he wants to flow through because he thinks you're beautiful.
That's
he
right.
thinks you're marvelous. Why? Because he made you.
Well-
And so he wants to celebrate that. So it all of a sudden starts clearing up a lot of these spiritually sounding concepts, but that they're not very biblical.
Yeah. No, and that's great because, again, from the beginning, God's design was he wanted to create with us. He wanted to dwell with us. He wanted to walk with us.
Yes.
He wanted to talk with us. He came,
Fellowship.
in my imagination,
Always.
he came down and he walked with Adam and Eve in the
Yeah.
cool of the day. And he was doing what a good husband would do. He was saying, hey, I think we should, go over here to this area and do this. What do you think? And they were talking back and forth, and they would come up with a plan. And the next day, his bride, Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
would go and execute the plan,
Right,
that is in place.
right.
Right. And guys, listen, and I didn't mean to share this, and again, but I feel like we should. But
Okay.
it's really another passage to look at is the proverbial Proverbs 31 woman.
Yes. Oh,
Because
very good.
twofold with this, the real imagery of Proverbs 31 isn't so we can beat up you ladies.
Because we will never measure up to that lady all the way.
I think it was a book title we read years
Yes,
ago. Have
I
you
feel
ever?
beat up
I feel beat up by the
by
Proverbs
the Proverbs
31.
31 lady, yes.
So it's not so that you ladies feel beat up, but it really, in Proverbs 31, it's an image of the church.
That's right.
So really, and to realize this, and this poor guy gets a lot of bad or no press, and that's the Proverbs 31 husband, because he's there too.
Yeah.
Because it actually starts with, before we start looking at the Proverbs 31 woman, it says, and her husband safely trusts her.
Yes.
He is secure in who she is.
That's right.
Right. And because of that trust and security of the husband, the wife is empowered
Yeah.
to go and buy property and do merchandising and to execute all of these plans that you read.
While
Well, it says he is at the
ruling
gate.
and reigning.
He's sitting at the city
Yes.
gate, being a leader in his community.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But then it comes down to, there's praise from that Proverbs 31 husband because it's my favorite. Guys, listen, this is my favorite Christian pickup line, right? Because the Proverbs 31 man says, many are the daughters of Zion,
Yes.
but you have surpassed them all.
Thank you.
Right. So,
Aw.
so there's this praise of the
Yes.
husband looking at what the wife has executed in their agreement and arrangement. And he's going, man, look at my wife.
Look at you.
Look at that lady go. She is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. So with that, guys, listen, so the mindset, the main mindset that all that we're going to talk about is going to hinge on is this. It's about the imagery of Christ and the church. It's about the understanding of real unity.
Yes,
Of
absolutely.
actually becoming truly one. And again, for Celina and I mean, I haven't asked you this yet, but I assume you would say, but I feel way more one with my wife now
Absolutely.
than I ever did at the beginning.
Yes, when
And
we were together all
and
the time.
some of that is, yes, obviously it's 28 years later, but the other part of it is but I've finally come to understand, oh, wow, wait a minute. It's the goal isn't just to have a wonderful person to live life with and to have companionship and fellowship and friendship with, right? Those things have happened, but it's really about I'm becoming one
Yeah.
with you.
Yes.
Right. And this oneness is so vital and so valuable that it's truly in this life, it is the most important thing to me.
Absolutely.
I mean, we say it like this all. I mean, if we're having, sometimes we have off moments like everybody else does.
Yeah.
And we, get into an argument or whatever. And I can't tell you how many times I have been late to work because
Yes. Yeah.
we have determined
Yes.
I will not leave this house until everything is good.
It has to be good.
Everything has to, before I exit that door and
Yeah.
go, And I don't care if I get fired. I don't care if they yell at me.
Because this is
don't-
more important.
Because this
That's right.
is like Christ in the church.
Yes. I do want to
Right.
say, I want to zero in on a word you just used, and that's becoming one.
Very good.
Well, in our marriage vows, we vowed, you're the one for me. Nobody
Yes.
else. I'm the one for you and nobody else. And in that moment, we chose to come into a relationship where we're one,
Yes.
okay? But then comes the rest of our life in becoming one. As we get to know one another, as we
Yes.
grow in our revelation of Christ, as we grow as people.
In these concepts or these foundations we're going to talk about.
Yes, we're going to be talking more about this, but how did we come to know Jesus? We made a determination one day,
Yes.
and we spoke with our mouth, and we said, I am yours, and you are mine. And from that point on, we have been learning and progressively
Yeah.
growing in becoming one with Him. Now, the truth is, we're already one with Him, but in our mind, in our how we think and all of that, we're still becoming one with Him.
Yeah.
And so it's a beautiful lifelong journey.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
started with faith in vows and what we declared, but it's a becoming.
Well, with that, and for our time, because we've got about just a couple more minutes, and so I'll hit it. So I know this whole time has been, it's the mindset of
Yes.
all of these things. Mindset is most important. So we'll
Yes.
probably spend a ton of time on mindset. But the mindset of understanding this about it's Christ and the church in unity. But the skill set is what you just said. And again, you can look at this, is learning and growing in our ability to make and keep promises. That's the skill set of this first foundation.
And that's an introduction to something coming soon.
It could be, yes, absolutely. But with that, I want you to think about it, because the kingdom of God, and especially if you're single and watching, you're not after, does this person meet my needs?
Right.
Do I meet their needs?
Right.
Do we best complement each other?
Do you make me happy?
Do you make me happy? Those are very, remember, you can always get the right answer to the wrong question.
Yeah.
The higher question that is based on this first skill set is this someone I am able and willing to make and keep a promise with?
That's right.
Because the kingdom of God is fueled on promise.
Promise.
Well, guys, we're going to end it right there. If you would like to comment or talk with us more on any of this, just reach out to us at info@thehollimans.com.
Anytime.
And anytime, you can just send us an email there. And as well, you can find all things Holliman there at that same website, thehollimans.com. We'd love to see you there. We're easy to find, and we'd love to engage with you. So until the next session, think on these things, talk about these things, and just marinate in the goodness of being united with Him.